Romantic love will be the last illusion of the old order.
Have you known Count Vronsky long?
He's a rich, good-looking cavalry officer.
It's fundamentally about not just the kind of romantic, lustful, excellent, happy bit. It's about love as being painful and jealousy and madness and different types of love, whether it's paternal or maternal or through siblings or whatever touches, you know, that emotion touches. This story it kind of tries to deal with.
This must stop. If you have any thought for me, you will give me back my peace.
There can be no peace for us. Only misery, like greatest happiness.
One of the things that really invigorates this story here is the visual conceit that you've come up with, where you're quite literally the entire world as a stage in this film. What made you go with that approach?
Well, I wanted to kind of try and break the conventions of period drama, which I sometimes find a bit stuffy. The story is about love and the potential for love to show us our humanness, and that's something that I feel today, and I think other people feel, and I didn't want to kind of hide that behind a veneer of, you know, antique lacquer.
Joe Wright, the director, he had this idea. What he wanted from it was almost to create a ballet with words, and I think he has. You know, there are definitely dance sequences, but equally just the way the camera moves, the way the sets kind of change from one thing into the other. You do get that incredibly fluid, theatrical experience from it, which was something that was incredibly exciting for all of us to try and do.
But you get to do it in a fantastic costume.
You get to wear very lovely costumes. I have to say, this is kind of a fantasy land version of Russia in the 1870s. So even the costumes, you know, they're not typically 1870s costumes. A lot of the actual design was taken from 1950s couture. So everything's been slightly kind of altered, which I think we all found very exciting.
It looks wonderful. What is it that about you and Joe that works so well together?
I think there's just an amazing amount of trust. You know, he's somebody who demands 150% from everybody who works with him, and he gives 150%. You know, it is all-consuming when you work with him. But I think because of that, you know that it doesn't matter how difficult the piece is or how complicated the characters are, you're always going to dive into it and immerse yourself in it. And I love that. You know, it's an incredibly intoxicating experience.
It's your third film with Kira, and both of you seem to bring out the best in each other.
I think we're both quite similar. I think we both thrive from a position of feeling like the underdog. She's got this kind of fire in her. She's not afraid of the ambivalent qualities of a character.
I think particularly doing this story in this way, I think I would have been quite frightened with most other directors to kind of take something like this on, but with him and with the whole team, it's a group that have tremendous amount of respect for each other. Stories like Anna Karenina are studies on the human condition. This film is both modern and classic at exactly the same time. You can't help but recognise yourself